I'm sitting in my studio. Let's talk about anxiety. And I've prepared a short video for you. So when you're ready. So your mind is this wonderful place where you can have many random thoughts going on at the same time. But one thing happens when you start focusing on one thought, and that typically for anxiety is your worries about the future, worries about what's going on, worries what you're going to do next, worries about whether things are going to work out or not. And so the more you think about the things that you worry about, the more that thought will amplify. And so now you begin this cycle where you are amplifying your anxiety, you're amplifying your worry. And then something fantastic happens, because the moment that you've done that, your mind goes, aha, I know of similar past experiences that you had. Let me go and light up that neurology that lies very close to the worry and the anxiety. So now you start, when you started worrying in the first place and you were anxious, now you start worrying about more stuff. You start worrying about what you need to do for the job. Then you start worrying about all the things that you need to do at home. And then it just starts getting bigger and bigger and bigger. Eventually, but here's the problem, you eventually start lighting up other neurologies that dips into fears, like fear for the future. And that just then lights up further more fear. So the moment that you get into the fear, then it goes into other thought loops, and it links into your original worry. And then you actually go into the fear of failure, and then you go into the uncertainty of the future. And then the neurology of all your thoughts start linking together, and they start cross-pollinating. And the one influences the next, influences the next. And then what's happening? At the end of the day, you have this whole cross-pollination of thoughts going on, a whole thought loop at the end of the day. And that's what lots of the times we call it your programming, because the one thought has influence on another thought, has influence on another thought, and that is absolutely typically your neurology. It's just how your brain works. So what would you want to do? You would rather want to focus on one thought that will actually pull you out of the worry. Typically, this is gratitude. That's why a lot of people say, focus on gratitude. Because what happens? You flipped from thinking about the future to thinking about gratitude. And gratitude is usually about things that already happened, things that you are grateful for. And the more that you focus on that gratitude, the more the thought amplifies, the more you can encapsulate, and move your mind to a new neurology. And that's the neurology of gratitude. So you've moved it from the worry and the fear, you moved it to the gratitude. You moved out of the worry. And that's where you want to go. That's what you will actually want to do to get out of the worry thought loop.